Hey everyone, just a quick update on what's going on with Xanity. I think I made one of these a couple months ago when a lot of the stuff with this pandemic started, and feel a couple months now, and it's probably a good time to make another one. Uh, so, me, James, and Josh are still currently unable to get together and um, record anything because we're unable to physically get together. Um, and just well, fuck you too, PC. Um, and uh, as far as recording stuff together on like PC, there's a lot of logistical stuff that makes it difficult for uh, me and Josh to record that stuff, that kind of thing. And it's mostly just like scheduling issues with work and whatever, especially right now with just just everybody's schedule is really fucked. Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, it's like 3:30 in the morning when I'm making this video. Um, but yeah, everyone's schedule is really fucked. James has an awful lot going on, so just in addition to not being able to physically get together and record videos, um, James doesn't have a PC, so that's out the window. And even if he did, he has so much going on that I doubt that we'd have time to record stuff. Josh's work schedules and sleep schedules are so vastly different from mine that when the few times that like me and Danny are up and record something, that happens at like in the wee hours of the morning. So it's really just a difference of schedule um, and days off. Because it used to be when you know we would know when we're getting together and blah blah blah. We would plan days off around it, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just basically things are really fucky right now because of the virus. So still unable to get together is the long and the short of it. And me and my cousin have been trying to keep up with getting together over Discord when we can, playing stuff when we can. And then I, as you've probably seen on the channel, have been doing a lot of solo stuff, more than I've done in a very long time. There's a lot of indie horror games that have been going up, and then there's some other stuff that'll be coming soon that I've been working on. The other thing that I wanted to say in this video is that a while back I made a video saying that I was going to start streaming on Twitch, and I did for a little bit, but I'm going to stop doing that and move back to streaming strictly on YouTube for a number of reasons. Um, Not the least of which being that greatly, I always have and found that I still do greatly disagree with Twitch's politics and the way they conduct themselves and treat the people that use their platform. And I'm well aware of the fact that the people that like operate the Twitch site are like not even in contact with the people that are stream moderators that are moderating the site and looking for things that are breaking Twitch's rules. I'm aware of that lack of communication, and with some Twitch employees not even knowing who those people are. I'm aware of all that stuff. But yeah, just the way some of the people with power at Twitch conduct themselves is super not cool to me, and I don't want to try and start something on a platform that, which I mean, YouTube isn't much better, but there's at least a little bit more stability. Plus, if I stream something on YouTube, it streams direct to the channel, which is great. I don't have to do any real extra work as far as getting it on the channel, which is one of the reasons I prefer it. But yeah, I haven't liked Twitch for a long time. I don't agree with a lot of Twitch's politics, and the most recent thing with what's her face? I forget her actual. Uh, God, I knew it before I sat down to make the video. something Steph. Her name is like Stephanie something. Dear girl. I'm not getting into my beliefs and opinions on all of that. I'm not opening that can of worms. I'm not going to comment on what I think of this particular person's choices. But I'm sure my body language is saying it all. But yeah, I'm not opening that can of worms. But that entire situation just kind of put to paper a lot of the stuff, or when I say paper, put out in the open a lot of the stuff that I personally dislike about Twitch as a platform, and a lot of the Twitch user base and just community. Really, like, there are some fantastic streamers on Twitch, there really are, but there's a lot of bad. I would argue there's more bad than good, and I'm probably wrong about that, but there's more very visible bad than there is good. I don't know. This is something that you could do a complete breakdown of and be like, well, if you look over here in this Venn diagram and where the things that intersect and compare it to the YouTube Venn diagram, and then we bring down the fucking I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was trying to think of, what is that thing? The something condensate something. I was going to make a joke about that, but I was going to throw mixer in and replace one of the words with mixer. It's too fucking early in the morning for intelligent comedy from me right now. Bottom line is, I'm not going to be... Maybe I'll go back to Twitch at some point if they clean up their fucking act and shit like this stops happening, but until then, I'm just going to stay on YouTube because, again, it's just... There's not that level of bullshit, which is saying something. When you're on a level of bullshit beyond YouTube's, you need to take a step back and reevaluate yourself. But there's that, and then just the video stream direct to the channel. So that's fantastic. So that cuts out a lot of my work, which I love because I'm lazy. But yeah, so that's everything that's going on. Basically, sticking with what is normal content right now. I have no idea when we'll be able to get together again. Hopefully, travel restrictions and that sort of thing, and just generally being able to move around a little bit more freely will be a thing around October. Hopefully around September, because that's typically when we record our Halloween episodes, because we had some I had some really cool stuff planned, some fun stuff picked out for this year's Halloween, for this year's October Halloween season. So hopefully things will be settled down around September, so that we'll be able to get together to bring the Halloween episodes. So it's gonna be similar to I wanna do it similar to 2018. It's 2017 when we did Resident Evil Revelations 2 and The Haunted Mansion. I have 2 games picked out that will mirror that a little bit. One of them is not Resident Evil. I'll go ahead and spoil that right now. It's not going to be a Resident Evil game, but one of them is a more intense horror game, and then the other one is more like The Haunted Mansion, where it's not really a horror game, but it fits the theme of the Halloween season. So we'll do that. But yeah, so that's what I have planned, and hopefully we'll be able to do that, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that's I think that's everything I had to say. I think that's everything. But yeah, we'll be getting back together again just as soon as we're able. But until then, expect more of the content that in the vein of what has been showing up on the channel since March, and expect to see some live streaming coming back to the channel here very soon. If not sometime this month, and definitely by next month for sure. Last couple things before I end this one is I want to have best of Portal 2. No, best of Portal. It's just Portal. We haven't played Portal 2 on the channel. I want to have best of Portal done by the end of the month. So that's another thing that if it's not up sometime before the end of the month, then it'll be at the very beginning of next month. I have another game rant that is in the works, but I'm not going to put a date to that yet. Really all I'm lacking is footage, but I'm going to have to get all of that manually now. Because what I did for the Fallout one was I just took other people's gameplay footage from YouTube. But if you go to the description of that video, there is a link. I could have done a little bit more. I could have put them in numerical order of when they appear in the video, but at the bare minimum, there is a link to every single video that I use, because I'm not an asshole. And the reason I just took other people's footage is because it's quick and easy, and I'm not being a dick about it. I'm like, here's literally everything I used. Watch at your leisure. If you saw a clip that you're like, that looked fucking wacky and interesting, what's that from? It's in here somewhere. And I was going to do the same thing for the one that I'm working on now, but I have learned that the program that I used to get all that footage no longer works. It just stopped working. It just, out of the blue, stopped working, and I didn't know why. I learned that apparently Google has programs in its browser that detects if you are using programs like that to download videos or something like that, and then Google breaks it. Google breaks those programs on your computer because Google is the police of the internet. Which I understand it, but there's a fine line to be walked between people that are pirating things and stealing and what I was doing, at least in my opinion. So I no longer have access to that program. That program that I was using, I cannot even download anymore. I can't get it anymore. It's not a thing that can be gotten anymore. So it's just broken. Google broke it. Google rendered it inoperable. If I try to use it to get something from the internet, Google will detect it. And I don't know how their particular program that they're using to do that works, but I looked it up. I looked into it, and that's the long and the short of what's going on. So now I have ways around it. I'm going to get around it, but now I have to get all of the footage manually. And I will still probably be using other people's footage, but now I have to manually record all of it with my recording software that I use to record games and stuff. And I am going to be doing I think it will be okay because the Cursed Commercials episodes have been on there for a while and the software still works, but I'm still going to do some shakedown runs basically on my laptop before I use it proper on my PC to try and get the footage, because it's easier than playing through, because I'm not getting footage from just one game this time like I didn't last time. I got footage from several different games when I did the Fallout one. I don't want to have to play through 4 different fucking games to get to the specific points in those games that I need for what will probably amount to 30 seconds to a minute of footage. Because that is a colossal waste of my fucking time, in my opinion. It, for me, is just much easier to find what I need somewhere already on the internet, take it, give a thumbs up and say thanks, mate, and then put a credit in the fucking description. So that's what I'm going to do. It's just going to take me a lot longer because I have to do it all manually. So, yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's everything. Didn't mean for this video to be 15 minutes, but if you watched all the way through, go out and buy yourself a candy bar because you've earned it. You're a trooper. Maybe an ice cream if that's what. Holy shit! I have popsicles. Maybe an ice cream if that's what you're feeling. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of this one. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to normal stuff and bring you some really cool Halloween content near the end of the year. And then expect to see some streaming either later near the end of this month, the beginning of next one. And I want to try and Best of Portal 2 again near the end of this month or the very beginning of the next one. And then at some point, I have a new Game Rants in the works, and it will be out sometime before fall. Definitely before fall, I will say that. But I don't want to put an exact date or month to it. But it will be before fall, so I guess by the end of July. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for the support. If you really want to help us out, share this channel around to your friends, unless you really like them and are scared that you might lose them over something, then don't do it. I couldn't recommend that. But other than that, thanks, and I'll see each and every one of you in whatever video comes next. See you.